Whew, all right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to what undoubtedly is going to be one of my most uncomfortable streams I've ever done in my entire life. This is actually a throwback right now. How I feel is a throwback to the days when I was making videos on demand in Connecticut, in the middle of the insane heat that we used to have in the summers in Connecticut. And I only had one air conditioner for my entire condo when I lived there, and the air conditioner was not a good one. It was a crappy one. What would happen is when it was very hot there, you would turn the air conditioner on and it would cool it down for maybe like half an hour, but then the heat and the humidity would overpower the air conditioner, and you would only feel cool if you were like standing like right in front of it. So when I used to make videos in Connecticut, I'd be sitting on my couch in the living room sweating, just sitting there literally sweating as I recorded games for you guys to upload to my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, where you are right now. Here we are some 11 years later. Yeah, it was bad back then because, you know, there was no way to really have my condo be cooled down when it was the middle of the summer, blazing temperatures, full humidity. It was disgusting. You know, you would feel sticky all over and no real way to cool yourself down. I'm actually happy that back then I did not use a face cam and I was not live streaming. I'm happy that I was using a camera pointed at the television, because what happened was it allowed me to take frequent breaks. It actually allowed me to record 10-15 minutes, turn off the camera, walk up to the air conditioner, let it blast on me for a minute before I sat down to record another part. And that's actually how I used to approach it back then, how hot it was. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is June 28th, 2021. Okay? It is going to be the hottest day ever recorded in human history here in Washington State. Of course, it's not very long because people weren't really recording temperatures that long. It's only been about, 150 years? So we actually don't know how hot it used to be here, only, since like the mid, 1850s or whatever. That's it. We don't know what was before that. Maybe it was hotter before that. Who knows, right? But anyway, yeah, right now, oh my God, it is the absolute hottest it's ever been. Right now, it's 11:10 a.m. Okay? 11:10 a.m. It is currently 100 degrees outside. Okay? It's supposed to increase by about 4 degrees every hour. So by noon, it's supposed to be 104. By 1 o'clock, it's supposed to be 108. By 4 o'clock, it's supposed to be about, they'd said it was going to be around 114 today. But there's debate. Some people are saying, oh, we'll give them a break. It's only going to be like 109. So, here's the thing. It's not that these temperatures are uncommon for the summer in other places. The problem is we are not ready for this here in this area. In fact, we don't have anything built for it. The homes that were built in this area of the country, in Washington State, are homes that are actually built to retain heat, because this place is usually very moderate. And what I mean by that is usually the temperatures are very in the middle of the road. We get a lot of rain, we get a lot of cloud cover. And so the way that they built these homes was to actually heat up significantly when the sun is outside and retain that heat so that you don't have to run your heat a lot in the winter. They never planned for it being hot in the summer because it never used to be, so there's really no cooling systems in anyone's house, and there's no way to stop the house from heating up. Yeah, so, sure, in Texas, in Florida, they deal with this kind of weather all the time. It's true. But all the homes are built to handle it. People have tons of air conditioning and air circulation things in those states because they have this kind of weather constantly. Here we don't have any of that. Like, my house doesn't have central air. My house doesn't have air conditioning until I bought 2 stand-up air conditioners. And I have one in my office and one across the hallway in Kat's room. And they're both blasting maximum. They've been blasting maximum for days. And currently right now, okay, it is 79 degrees in the office, But I am completely sticky with humidity from head to toe. My body feels disgusting because the humidity is out of control and there's no way to stop it because nothing's equipped to stop the humidity. It just kind of is stuck in the house. Downstairs, it's actually 87 degrees. Yeah, it's 87 degrees outside of this office. So last night, we were trying to sleep in the bedroom in 87 degrees, sweating. I mean, I wasn't under the sheets at all. I was laying on top of the sheets, sweating, sticky. Jasper wouldn't even sleep in the bed with us. Of course, I don't blame him. He was basically jumping on top of the dressers. Our dressers are made of like smooth hard wood. And he was trying to lay on that to cool down. It's bad, man. Now, here's the thing, okay? This is how it is with air conditioning. Can you imagine the people out here who don't have it? I don't know how they're surviving. Like, I don't know how you could move. They may just be slugs melted into pools on the floor. I don't know how you could survive this without any kind of appropriate air conditioning or air circulation. You know, we actually busted out extra fans, like the fan that used to be in my office that I use during the winter time. I've got that in the bedroom now. We took a fan, we had a fan in the bedroom that wasn't so good. We brought that downstairs to try to circulate air in the other half of the house. Like we turned on the air system. The air system sucks, it barely does anything, but at least it moves air. So we turned it on fans, so at least it's pushing air through the house, you know. Silly Billy says, why don't I have air conditioning installed? Because when I first moved here, I had someone come look at the ductwork, and I said, how could we do this? How much would it cost? And he says, well, here's the deal. They built your home in the 1990s, this entire facility that I live in. All these houses were built in the 1990s, okay? When they built them, again, they didn't design them for cooling or heat. They designed them as if, oh, it's moderate weather, you don't need that. So the ductwork doesn't really work for that purpose. He said if you bought an industrial strength air conditioner and installed it to hook up to my air ducts, he's like, half your house won't get it. Only downstairs. Your downstairs will be freezing cold and your upstairs will be hot as shit because the ductwork is not set up properly. He said you have to redo all the ductwork in your house to actually circulate the air properly so that you could get air upstairs. He says this would cost likely between $10,000 and $13,000 plus the cost of installing the air conditioner, you know, buying the air conditioner and doing it. I don't have about $15,000 to spend on doing that, you know. Oh, and by the way, while they would be doing that, obviously they'd be renovating the house. How could I work? All you would hear is drilling, smashing, you know. I wouldn't even be able to stream those days anyway, you know. Oh, man. So, yeah. Can't do, someone says window air conditioners. First of all, window air conditioners are not any better than the indoor air conditioners that they now have. It's falsity. You're thinking traditionally, oh, the window ones are better. They're not. They're actually exactly the same. And window air conditioners don't fit in our windows. We have side slider windows. We do not have top-down windows where the air conditioner fits snugly. We would have to basically put a window air conditioner in and then build a fucking insulation for the top half of the window to try to find a way to get the air to go out. And it wouldn't work. Basically, it would be, you'd have so much air escaping through the window that it wouldn't even be an effective air conditioner. But it wouldn't be any better anyway. The ones I have are just as good as window air conditioners. Coming from someone who lived in Connecticut his whole life before this and always had a window air conditioner, they're not any worse. It's the same thing. Simple Bubbles has ever thought about taking a vacation to Hawaii with Jasper and Kat? Well, I mean, if I wanted to cool down, yeah, maybe if I wanted a nice, relaxing, cooling, ice-like vacation, I would go to Hawaii right now. Because Hawaii actually is currently cooler than here. I'm not kidding. Go look it up. It's much cooler than here in Hawaii. It's nice. Oh, guys, update. I just checked the weather. It's now 102 degrees. 102 degrees and rising. I will have to check this over the course of today. I want to know what the record high ends up being. Because they said today, absolutely 100% will be the hottest it's ever been here in this state before. Will be today. They said there's make no doubts about it. This will be it. Yeah, Dacky Swerve says it's getting so hot here. Grocery stores are putting plastic covers on cold food to stop them from going bad. The major problem here is the humidity. I opened the fridge. You know how in a refrigerator usually everything's nice and cool. I opened the fridge. Everything has that foggy condensation on it in our fridge because the humidity is affecting everything. And no one here is used to humidity because we never get it. This is like, you know, imagine if they had a fucking heat wave, you know, in Alaska. You know what I'm saying? Or, for example, remember in Texas how they just had one of the most cold, frigid winters ever and they weren't prepared for it? See, it's the same kind of a deal. Like, no one here knows what to do. So, it is what it is. Now, here's the deal. I woke up this morning feeling terrible because I barely got any good, meaningful sleep because it was so hot. And I was like, man, I gotta hydrate. I took a carton of pineapple juice out of my fridge. I drank half the carton. I'm not kidding. I drank half the carton to hydrate myself. And I had a couple toasted strudels. Currently, I'm drinking a water that has Crystal Light mix in it, strawberry flavored mix with some caffeine because I didn't want to have coffee. I was like, I need some caffeine, but I don't want to have coffee and dehydrate myself, so let me drink a Crystal Light. I got another thermos here full of water. I'm going to be here in the office with the air conditioning. This is the best I can do at this point, you know. There's nothing else I can really do about it. Jasper's completely overheated. He's laying on the floor here with me, trying to stay cool in the office. I don't blame him. Like, it's so hot. Now, the good news is, today, the heat is breaking. After this afternoon, which is going to have these insanely record high temperatures, it's going to break and the temperatures are going to dip. Okay? Tomorrow, we're only supposed to be at the highest, like 90, but most of the day in the 80s. And then Wednesday, it actually is going to go down to only like the 70s and maybe low 80s at the hottest time. So, just so you guys know, I was originally supposed to have Tuesday off as my day off this week, and I was going to stream 8 straight days, but because of this weather, Kat and I were like, we were going to wait another day, because she actually has tomorrow and Wednesday off from work. I said, let's just go out on Wednesday, when the temperatures are going to drop way, big time, by like another 10, 15 degrees, and that way, when we're going out, we won't feel like we're cooking, you know? It's like it's not bad enough cooking at home. Now imagine going out and having a whole bunch of stuff to do. Imagine having all this stuff to do and you're trying to move around and you're cooking, right? Oh, man. So anyway, guys, that's what I'm going through here. And I know people have it way worse than me. People who don't have 2 air conditioners, right? What I'm praying for is that the electricity stays on today. Because if the electricity goes out, everyone's fucked. Obviously, all my electronics, need this air conditioner on blasting constantly. If I didn't have an air conditioner in here, basically everything would be destroyed. The heat would actually probably break all these electronics. So, thank God we got this here. Whew. So, yeah, let's talk now, because now the schedule is completely different on, for this week. It's been completely thrown for a loop. So let's talk. Let me actually open up the schedule here. Here we go. So, here is the schedule for the week. Today is going to be Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition on the mainstream. Now, I have not played this for a week, okay? Last time I played it, we did the entire Leviathan DLC in one sitting. I actually liked it. I thought the plot development was interesting, and I was like, really would have added to the main game if they had actually put this into the main campaign of the game the first time around you played it. But they didn't. They added this in later as an expansion DLC you had to pay for, which is really stupid. Like, this is critical plot stuff that should have absolutely been in the main game, and they left it out. But it's a really good DLC. It was tough, but I got it done. It was fun. And today, I think what we'll do is we'll go back to the Citadel, because at the Citadel, I think there's a few side missions and things to do now. So we can investigate those things and see what's going on with those. Yeah, and outside of that, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else on the top of my head that we're going to be doing today, priority-wise? Not really. I guess probably we'll do Citadel stuff, and then depending on how long that takes, probably jump back into the main story. Okay? Tonight, the late stream tonight, is more Danganronpa V3. Now, excuse me. Sorry. I got distracted. So, yeah. Tonight, Danganronpa V3. Now, I already played Danganronpa this week. By the way, sorry guys, because I might be scatterbrained today. It's so hot here. Like, it's hard to maintain a train of thought. It really is. Like, I apologize if I'm like, seems like I'm jumping around everywhere and I'm losing my train of thought because I just don't feel good today because of the heat, okay? I'm going to do my best, all right? Okay, let's try this again. Tonight's late stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Time, Danganronpa V3, continuing. We are going to finish up the 4th class trial. As of now, we still don't know who murdered Miyu. We figured out the way it was done. We figured out the truth about the virtual world. But we have no clue who murdered Miyu. Tonight, we get to the bottom of that, all right? I hope you guys will join me for that. It seems like it'll be the conclusion of the class trial. And then basically we're heading into the end game, which is cool. So I hope you guys will join me for that tonight, okay? Tomorrow, which normally I would have been off, I'm here tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Fallout New Vegas. Continuing on, we are going to finish up the Old World Blues DLC and head into new ventures, all right? So I hope you join me for that tomorrow's main stream. And tomorrow night, the late stream, will be the conclusion of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, okay? And then if we end up finishing that on the earlier side, because I've heard I only have about an hour left in that, then we can either just do some chill Q&A, or maybe I could switch over and I could play something else. We'll see, okay? Alrighty then. So good stuff, all right? And I hope that you guys will join me for all this over the next 2 days. Now, I'm going to be off from streaming on Wednesday, okay? When I return on Thursday, it'll be the continuation of Mario Golf Super Rush, and I'm very excited for this because yesterday was a very interesting day. Not only did we unlock new game modes and gameplay mechanics, but I had a lot of rage because there was a mechanic they didn't explain, and I had to try to figure it out for myself. You guys were trying to help me, but it wasn't working too well. And then in addition, we did get to a whole new course, whole new area, and apparently there's going to be another new game mode. So I'm excited for that tomorrow. I hope you guys are too. That should be a fun stream. Excuse me, not tomorrow. Thursday. See, I'm scatterbrained. My brain is just all over the place. I can't even maintain a train of thought. All of a sudden, some things about tomorrow now for some reason. But anyway, no, that's Thursday. Okay. And then Thursday night, MLB The Show 21. On Friday, Mass Effect 3 continues, and Friday will be Street Fighter, my weekly throwback Street Fighter session. Saturday, Fallout New Vegas and Danganronpa V3. Sunday, it's Independence Day. Happy 4th of July, everybody. It's going to be Mario Golf and Call of Duty. I will be streaming next week. Listen to this. All the way through Thursday. So that means I return on this Thursday, and I'll be streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Another 8 straight days of streaming next week. Yeah, it's another crazy week. Reason being that my wife and I have appointments, and they could only be on that Friday, so we need that day off. So I said, well, I just go streaming every other day. So, holy shit. Holy shit, man. A lot of streaming coming up. Orange Cat asked an interesting question. He says, why does your Twitter link for this stream say Ratchet and Clank get saucy? Here's why. I've talked about this before. YouTube, okay, basically has a lot of delay of the data that it sends out to the internet for various feeds. I forget exactly what the names of the feeds are. I used to know, and I already forgot the name. But let me give you an example, okay? When I go live on a stream, YouTube is supposed to send out information about that to various places. If you're subscribed to the channel, you're supposed to get that information, you see? YouTube is slow as shit, okay? There were times, and I know this for a fact because I used to have a website where I embedded these streams, these YouTube streams, into the site. And I tried to use to direct you guys to go to the site to watch rather than to actually watch on YouTube, okay? Sometimes I would turn my stream live. It would take 25 to 30 minutes for the website to actually turn on and show the stream because YouTube took 30 minutes to send out the data. All right? Now, in regards to what you're talking about, here with Twitter, basically websites, certain websites, update their information for embedding all over the internet. Twitter is one of the places that gets embeds. You put in a link and it'll embed that link there. You can click on it and see the video right away rather than having to click on a link and have it load the actual page where that video is. Well, YouTube's embeds are incredibly delayed. So right now, I put up a link, hey, go check out my stream on DSPGaming. And the embed shows a stream that I did on Wednesday. That's how delayed YouTube is. That's right. It was Wednesday of last week when I actually did the saucy stream. I made a homemade sauce while I was playing Ratchet and Clank. So, yeah, it's really stupid how bad YouTube is in that regard. So, maybe next week, one day, randomly, it'll update and show a stream from this weekend. You know, that's how it works. It's so delayed. But the thing is, if you click on it, it works. Like, even though I'll say, oh, look, I'm live, I'm streaming Mass Effect 3. The embed will say, oh, he's streaming Ratchet and Clank, but if you click on it, it plays this current stream of Mass Effect 3. Right? It's just the face level data that's incorrect. And again, I forget, they call it some kind of a feed. What's the fucking word for it? I can't remember. There's actual terminology for these feeds, but I can't remember what it is. The funny thing is, YouTube actually has less delay between when I do something when you guys see it, and I actually have the ability to control that delay and make it even less. Like, right now, if I wanted to make it almost instant from when I do something and you see it, I could. The problem is that's going to create more of a bandwidth usage limitation. So for those of you who have not as good internet, the stream basically wouldn't load as well and it would buffer and have issues. So YouTube has a lot of control. They let you stream at whatever quality you want. They let you fucking control the latency, like everything. You have all these controls on YouTube. It's kind of nice. Okay. Like, no, we're not considering moving somewhere else. It just seems like it's going to be like this all the time now. And what my wife and I are going to probably end up doing, quite frankly, is buying more fans. And we're already talked about getting another air conditioner. This one would be for the upstairs bedroom, because we don't have one in the bedroom. And now we have 3 air conditioners. You would think with 3 fucking air conditioners blasting, that would be enough to cool down the whole house. 2 is not enough, obviously. We need more. I mean, just to give you some perspective, my parents' house in Connecticut is smaller than mine, okay? And during the summers, they used to have 1 air conditioner in the downstairs bedroom, 1 air conditioner in the downstairs living room, 1 air conditioner in the upstairs bedroom, 1 air conditioner in the other upstairs room across the hallway, and an air conditioner in the middle of the hallway, and then later on, they added an air conditioner to the kitchen. So just to cool down their little house in Connecticut, it took 6 air conditioners. We only have 2, and that's for this big house. So I think it makes sense what's going on right now. Okay? So anyway, guys, that's what's going on. Now, I'll do my best today. I swear I'll do my best to get through this and hopefully not have any issues. I hope it won't affect the stream. You know, it is what it is. If I have to get up and jump in front of the air conditioner for 5 minutes to cool down, I will. If I have to go get ice or something, I will. You know, I'm hoping for the best here. I currently don't even have the PlayStation or the TV on to try to keep the temperature down, but it's already 80 degrees in the office and rising. Like I said, right now the temperatures are getting the worst, so it's like yikes. Okay. Hooey. Alright, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I want to talk about right now? Well, we had an interesting discussion. I'm not going to go crazy about this, because I talked about it in detail on last night's Call of Duty stream when someone asked me. There's an interesting discussion going on right now in the fighting game community, because there was... Now what's happening, I'll give you guys a little bit of background. Obviously, fighting game tournaments have been pretty much shut down completely because of COVID for the last year, except for online-only tournaments, which, of course, suck because of the lag and everything. So finally now, in-person tournaments are starting to open up again, and especially because games like Guilty Gear Strive, as well as Smash Brothers, either just released or got major updates. There's a lot of interest now in getting into these fighting game tournaments, okay? So, what happened was... a major tournament, and I think it was called CEO or something like that. Okay, I don't even know what it stands for because I don't follow fighting games anymore. But this tournament opened up online registrations yesterday, And apparently it was like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. at some local time that they opened up these registrations. Well, people are so interested in going that the website got flooded. People were trying to register like crazy. And apparently registrations end up being capped, because the thing is with these tournaments, there's limited space. You know, it's not unlimited. So there's going to be limited space to have people be. And because of the limited space, there's limited participation. You know what I mean? Like, they cap the tournament at a certain level of participants. So apparently, within just a short period of time, all of the spots were taken. And I guess there was a group of pro fighting game players, all right, who wanted to go to the tournament and did not register. Like, they were late, they were lazy, and they didn't get there in time on the website to register for this event. So I think it was only one of them, but it could have been more. They posted up and said, oh, I think that they should have reserved spots for top players at these tournaments. It shouldn't be first come, first serve registration anymore. Those days are over. You need to have these top players at your tournaments, because what's the point of having 2 or 3 guys who are going to go 0-2 and lose right off the bat and add nothing to your tournament if it means top players cannot attend, who are going to, you know, basically bring hype to your tournament and bring eyes to your tournament. You should have special attention for top players. They should be able to get into tournaments easily with no effort, you know. Now, I went to a big discussion about this last night on my Call of Duty stream. If you want to know my full opinion on it, please watch that video. I think it's the first video of Call of Duty from last night, because I talk about it for about a good 15 minutes. I explain my whole background as a fighting game enthusiast, as a fighting game participant in tournaments, but also as someone who has organized and run major video game tournaments before, that I'm totally against elitism, that people should be treated better than anyone else, because I've seen it firsthand so many times over the years, and it's completely unfair when someone gets some kind of a special or elitist treatment. Like, I'm not kidding you. I've seen tournaments where a top player walks in 5 hours late, and the organizer says, oh, that's perfectly fine. No, awesome. Go ahead and play all of your matches in the tournament back-to-back. Your entire bracket was held up for you because you're a top-known player. And, you know, we need you here at the event. It's so important that you're here. So go ahead. You special preferential treatment. I've seen top players be able to basically sleep in, get food, relax, treat it like a vacation, mosey on into a tournament, play whenever they want, and mosey on back out. While everyone else is there, they have to be there on time. They're grinding away. You know what I mean? It's a completely different experience. I don't believe that at all. I think that that's fucked up. And when I ran tournaments, I was completely against that kind of treatment. I thought it was completely unfair. Okay? So, you know, my, excuse me, my attitude towards this whole thing is, listen, obviously some things have changed in the fighting game community since I was a part of it. Now there's big sponsors, right? Now the more eyes you can bring to your tournament and the more top players you bring to your tournament, possibility brings in more money. So I can understand why as a tournament organizer, there may be people who are pressured and say, hey, if I can guarantee that these particular better or top players are going to be at my event will be more successful and I'll make more money for myself, right? But at the same time, it's a slippery slope, because the more that you cater to this one elitist group, the more the common person, who's really the person who's going to come to your event and pay you and make money for you, you know, give you their money, that person may be turned off from attending your event now because they feel they're going to have a bad time. You know, there's this unique combination. Some people go to tournaments because they seriously want to perform. They want to try to win. They want to get better at the game. They want to see if how they can hang against other players who play for a living, right? But then there's people who literally go to these things as a convention. I'm just here to hang out with friends. Sure, I'll enter the tournament, but I know I'm going to lose terribly because I'm not good, but I don't care. I'm here to have, it's almost like attending a convention, you know? That's kind of how they feel it is. Now, either one is perfectly fine. There's no reason that someone shouldn't be able to do either one of those things. But it's very hard as a tournament organizer to balance it properly and figure out what's best for not only for you, but as for your event and the event attendees. Okay? It's a tough balance, admittedly. I could definitely see that if I were running a tournament today, you know, it would be a tough decision. Like, what do you do? Do you cater to the top players or not? I don't know. For me, the thing that was the epitome of disgusting was attending EVOs, okay? This is the National Fighting Game Tournament. And seeing 5 to 10 Japanese players there who literally say, oh yeah, we didn't pay anything. We were contacted by EVO They paid for our plane tickets. They're paying for this hotel. They're paying for all of our drinks and food. They paid for our you know, tournament attendance. It's all expenses paid trip for us to come to the tournament because they felt that having the Japanese players would blow up the tournament bigger for them. So they get a free ride. They just get to come and treat it, and they did. They treated it like a vacation. There were Japanese players. They would get completely, after the tournament ended, of course, get completely shit-faced drunk. And they were so drunk that they had to be wheeled around the hotel in fucking wheelchairs because they were so inebriated they couldn't walk back to their hotel rooms. This is how it was. They were treated like fucking celebrities, VIPs. Like what? How is that a fair competitive advantage? Someone is being pampered and treated like a king, and while everyone else is like toughing it out. Oh, you got to be here at 7 a.m. to play in your fucking pool this morning. What? Well, so what? I get up at 4 in the morning, start washing, go get some food somewhere at the crack of dawn, and go play fucking video games at 7 in the morning. But the guy who's the fucking VIP gets to have, you know, it's like a, you know, he's in the spa getting his nails done while you're playing your matches. You know. So anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because the internet now overnight has gone completely crazy with this discussion. Most people are completely anti-elitism. They're like, this is fucked up. Why would you even have this mentality? Like, you're out of your mind. A lot of people are like, if you want to be treated like a professional player, you have to act like an adult. An adult can get up at 9 in the morning to register for a fucking tournament. You know, like, you know, you're not some kid who's irresponsible. You're supposed to be treated like a pro level player. You know, why do you want to think that you're going to be treated like some baby? You know. Others are of the mentality, and I saw an article or two about this, maybe there shouldn't be open tournaments like this anymore, that it should literally be only those who are known top players who get in and they're invitationals only. I don't understand how the fuck that would work, because how would you even know who's the top player if you don't have open events? Like, it doesn't even make sense. If you only pick an elitist group of players to participate in the majority of tournaments, then no one else will ever become a player. You'll literally have a group of 100 people worldwide who will play in every tournament because no one else will ever have an opportunity to play and prove that they're good. That doesn't even make sense to me at all. It's just so silly. So anyway, guys, you know, it is what it is. It's an open discussion right now with people on both sides of the fence about it. But you know my take. My take is I don't go for that elitism shit. Everyone should be on an equal page. Everyone should have to abide by the rules. Everyone should have an equal chance on any given day to do well in a tournament. No one should have preferential treatment. No one should have a better or worse time than someone else because they're a known name or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's just fucked up, in my opinion, to be treated like some kind of a celebrity and have everything handed to you. Because I'll be honest with all of you. I saw it firsthand, and I know for a fact, and this is God's honest truth, some top players in the Street Fighter community in the 2000s likely would not have been at the top if they weren't treated like that. But because they were given the preferential treatment, they were allowed to have a better situation than most other players and ended up winning because of it. I know I could name 2 people right now that I know if they weren't pampered, they would never hang in a tournament level. They would fucking crumble because they were like paper mache, man. They were great at the games, but they didn't have the mental aptitude to grind it out like everyone else was doing. But because they were treated like special snowflakes and got everything they wanted, they easily were winning tournaments. Think about that. If you're well rested, you're well fed, you walk right into a tournament and can play whatever you want, while everyone else in there is like in a hot box sweating it out, playing at terrible times, malnourished, dehydrated, and now you got to fucking play a tournament against a top player who just walked in and is the complete opposite. Of course that guy has a fucking advantage on you, you know? Do I think my opinion would be different if I were a top player? Actually, I was a top player for a while. It was around the mid-2000s, I was a top Super Turbo player, okay? And admittedly, there were times when I felt like, yeah, people were trying to be like nicer to me than they were to other people, but I am always someone who makes an effort to do the right thing and be there on time and make sure that I'm not making a hard time for everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, I never came 5 hours late to the fucking tournament and just expected they were going to toss me into the bracket and let me play. That's why when you see that fucking stupid clip, right, of me at that tournament that was being run so fucking horribly, they kept calling me for matches. I would go to play my match. They would say, oh, we don't know where you're playing. We're not ready for you yet. That's why when you see that clip, that's why I was so frustrated. Because I'm someone who will go out of my way to accommodate others. I've been there, I've done it, I've done the grind, I've run tournaments, I know how bad it can be at a tournament, how grueling of a situation it can be for someone to be there for the first time. Not only the mental game, man, I gotta play these other people who are playing at a high level, and will I hang and will I do that, but all this physical, it takes a physical toll on you to be there and have to do that shit. And then these fuckers aren't ready for me, yet they keep calling me. It's like this is the most unprofessional thing ever, you know? That's why I reacted like that, because I'm like, dude, I'm the opposite. I'm Mr. Professional. I ran a tournament, my shit was like clockwork, and everything was organized and going smoothly because I respect the players, you know? But, you know, it's just frustrating to me coming from a fighting game background, seeing shit like this still go down today. In 2021, man. Pretty stupid. That's right, I got DQ'd while I was taking a shit. 100% I was DQ'd taking a dump. I had to make a big steamer, and while I was depositing my Lincoln logs in the hotel room, I was disqualified. Because they had called me like 7 times. And every time I walked over, I said, I'm ready to play. Where am I playing? Oh, well, we don't know yet. I was like, what are you talking about? Then why do you keep calling me if you're not ready? Oh, I don't know. We'll call you again later. They did it like 7 times. So finally I went and took a dump. I come back and I'm disqualified. Pretty stupid. David says, how is it 111 degrees Fahrenheit? So far it's not. So far it is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So during this pre-stream alone, it is heated up by 4 degrees here in Washington State. Isn't that delightful? And increasing. Because like I said, it says like every hour it's supposed to increase by about 4 degrees. So by 1 p.m. it's supposed to be 108. By 2 p.m. it's supposed to be about 110, 112, and then increasing. Isn't that great? What's crazy is like I can feel heat emanating from the other side of the room. Like I can actually feel heat emanating from the fucking window here in the office. Like it feels like the wall is an oven. That's how hot it is. No, Simple Bubble. I'm not top 3 or 5 Street Fighter 2 Turbo of all time. No. No. Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else I want to talk about? So, ladies and gentlemen, please consider contributing to today's stream, especially the extenuating circumstances, the fact that I'm still here streaming for you in extreme heat. Hope that you guys will still enjoy the stream regardless. Please consider contributing. All right. You can do a super chat or super sticker. You can become a channel member, which will earn you a ton of personal benefits, including a highlighted name in chat, access to emotes, a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a member and a supporter of the channel, and you don't have to abide by slow mode that is running currently, 10-second slow-mo, okay? So that's cool. Or you could tip me. Quite frankly, tipping me helps me more than anything else right now because tips are something that I get that I can use in the short term. So I would appreciate it if you did tip me today. Now, here's the deal, everyone. If you raise $50 in tips, I'll put on the Gunner glasses, all right? If you raise $100 in tips, I don't think it's safe for me to be putting on a vest today. I'm just saying, like, I really feel it would be unsafe with the amount of humidity, the amount of heat that there is today. To put on a vest would probably be the dumbest positive fucking thing that I could do. The question is, what would you guys like in place of that? That would be something realistic. I'm okay with something that's a replacement as long as it's not me putting on clothing and passing off of heat exhaustion. Okay? We have to think about it. See, I can't do the cowboy hat if I'm wearing headphones. Zombie Circus says platinum vest and cowboy hat. But then again, maybe I won't wear headphones today. You know what? Yeah, we could do that. Not the platinum vest, but we could do cowboy hat. Yeah, we could do cowboy hat with no headphones. I just won't wear headphones today. Because doing Mass Effect, it's not a big deal. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so that's what we'll do. If we raise $50 in tips, I'll put on the Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, I'll put on the cowboy hat for today. All right, something different. I have to. Eternal Napalm, are you insane? He says, go outside and see what the temperature is. What? What? No. 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 All right, let me think about it for a second. No, I'm not going outside. I'm not suicidal. It's insane, man. Holy shit. Daggus says, why not a chair spin? Because this chair is so rickety. Now, remember, I started using this chair in September of 2020. It was never my intention that I was going to be using this chair for any long term. This chair is an old discount chair from Bob's Discount Furniture in Connecticut that I bought in 2009 when I got my condo. It's a piece of donkey duty. It's crappy. It cracks when I sit on it. There's, like, the support is all worn out. If I rotate this thing a ton of times, it's going to break. It's going to snap into pieces. I don't have the Street Fighter headband, Big Old Bean. He says, why don't you put on your Ryu headband, the Street Fighter headband? I don't have it. If I did save it, it's in storage somewhere here, and I'm not digging through bins to find it right now. Oh, man. Okay, let's do some shout-outs. Snow Carl started the tipping today with a $1.30 tip. He said, have you noticed, since you implemented subs-only mode on YouTube, nobody complains about sharing their name or info by tipping on PayPal? To no one's surprise, it was the shitheads trying to decentivize people to tip. Exactly correct. If you guys remember, during a time when I really needed your help exclusively with tipping, and I asked people, please tip if you can, people would be like, oh, I don't want to expose, I don't want to get doxxed. You notice no one says that shit anymore? Yeah, because it was the shithead trolls who were doing it all along. It wasn't anyone with a brain. No one actually believes that you get doxxed sending a PayPal contribution. It's the dumbest thing you ever heard. All you do is you click a single button that hides your personal information, and no one gets it. But these people are just complete shitheads and want to keep lying and making controversy and drama where it doesn't exist. So you're absolutely right. You notice they're gone now. That's a good thing. Like I said, ever since we went sub-only mode here on YouTube, the streams are a lot better, man. We got them under control now. So that's good. Jad F tipped me $1.30, says, can we have platinum vest? I want to see your Italian ass becoming a pizza crust live on stream. No, we're not doing that. As much as you would like to see me bake like a calzone in tinfoil, you're not going to see that. I'm not doing that on stream. Absolutely not. Okay. Mythical tipped me $1.30, says, you talked about pro fighting game nonsense for long enough. The temperature ended up going 4 degrees because of it. Wow. I know I'm a windbag, but I didn't know I was that much of a windbag. I talked so much that the actual temperatures in Washington State raised by 4 degrees. Damn. Damn. Okay, that's correct. Eternally Buff says, when you first moved to YouTube, the trolls were insane. That's right, because there was no protections. With no protections, it just allowed people to constantly make new accounts every 5 seconds and come in with them. But as soon as we got the sub-only mode, things are under control, and now the streams are much better, man. It's very nice. Okay. Silver Strike says, I got enough money for a new game. Should I get Mario Golf? I would say this. If you really like golf, this game actually surprisingly has a lot of complexity to it that I wasn't expecting. I thought it was going to be like a kiddie game. You jump in, has very basic things. No, this game has so much. It has direction, power, topspin, backspin, pull, because you can make it go left, right, up, down when you're shooting your shot. Switching between all the different clubs, right? A ton of different clubs that all act very differently. Then you've got wind direction. You've got elevation that comes into play with this game. And then you've got the gimmicky stuff. So not only is it just regular golf, but then you've got, cross-country golf where you have to hit like 6 to 9 holes within a stroke limit while avoiding enemies and other hazards like clouds that are blowing air and stuff. It's pretty damn crazy how complex the game is. And I haven't even seen everything yet. Apparently there's a full-on battle mode coming up and other content that I haven't even seen as of yet. So the game actually is going to have a lot to it once you get into the meat of it. All right? But got to understand that it is just a golf game. You know, it's not a Super Mario game. It's a golf game with Super Mario characters. And so far, I haven't really seen much in the realm of combat and stuff like that. I know it's coming up, but for now, it's kind of like, it is really a golf game, but if you like golf a lot and you want something that's a little different with a lot of variations in game modes, you might like this. However, it's 60 bucks. Seriously. It's 60 freaking bucks. It's pretty damned expensive for what it is, you know, especially this day and age. That's a big price. All right, so just to forewarn you. And oh, I just checked, ladies and gentlemen, it's now become 106. So within 45 minutes I've been doing pre-stream, it has gone up 6 degrees and counting. It's still raising the temperatures outside. 106 right now. Woo, baby, woo. Man, who needs a stove? Just take some eggs, slap them right on the ground. Oh, fresh asphalt eggs are my favorite, man. Oh, dude. You know what I really like? When you open up the bag of popcorn, you pour it on the ground, and it pops itself. Oh, yeah, I love popcorn right off the sidewalk. Holy shit. Very nice. Ay, 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 ay. Alright, anyway. Oh, face itches now. I gotta shave today. I haven't shaved in over a week. Actually, have you guys seen this? Hold on. Look at my beard. Look at this 480p beard. And I tell you guys, if you, oh, his beard is patchy. No, see, it's all white. My beard is all white. And people say it's it's not. It's because most of my face is now white hair. So it looks patchy from a distance. But when you actually see it in person, you realize this is all white hair. All the whole front is white. The sides are white. It's all white. You know, sucks because I'm getting older. All my hair's going white. Another year, I'll probably be, my whole head will be white hair. You know. But anyway, I haven't shaved in over a week because usually what I do is I wait till the day or two before I have my day off, and then I shave. So that way I'm nicely shaven for my day out. I look nice, and that way I don't look like a bum with my wife, you know, when we're going out. If now, imagine this. Imagine me going out unshaven, right? And people were like, why is there a Yeti with that beautiful woman? Like, doesn't she know to scream and run in terror that the Bigfoot is real? Look, standing right next to her. I don't want to look like that. I want to at least look semi-decent when I go out with my wife, you know. So I usually shave once a week, right before my day off. But this week, right, it was supposed to be 8 days. Now it's 9 days straight of streaming before my day off. So my beard has grown and grown and grown and grown. It won't stop. But I'm shaving tonight. In between the streams here, I'm going to shave and shower. I absolutely have to at this point. I can't take it. It's itchy. When my beard gets this thick, it gets so itchy. Especially now it's hot as shit. So what I'm going to do, I'll shave. As I'm shaving, I'll run a very cold shower. And it'll cool the bathroom down while I'm in there shaving. So that I can actually shave in peace and not overheat. And I'll jump in the shower. Woo! Okay. What's that? Daggins versus rock a Hogan mustache or Magnum PI? What's that? What's the Hogan mustache? Snow Carl says, can I grow it out? No, I don't want to. It bothers me. It legitimately bothers me when I grow it out. It's just too much. I don't like it. Let's see here. I got a super chat. Hold on. The Dirty Troll. Timmy $1.99, he says, hot as hell in the 203 right now. In the 203. There you go. I don't know what the hell that means, but thank you to the Dirty Troll. For the first super chat of the day. Appreciate that. Hooey. Okay. There's no H in golf. Just did a super chat as well. That is correct. There is no letter H in the word golf. That is absolutely correct. That's how he spelled his name. So I just spelled it word for word as that person just did when they did the super chat. There you go. Okay. The funny thing is people try to make fun of me for how I pronounce words, but it's like, well, how do you pronounce it? Golf? How do you pronounce the word? Golf? 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 Do you say, oh, we got to play the golf today. Okay, let's go. How do you say the word? Golf? I don't understand how I'm supposed to say it. You know what I'm going to do just to piss people off? I'm going to call it golf. I'm going to pronounce it golf. Just to be an ass. What was that word that Stewie and Family Guy would always pronounce incorrectly? And it would drive everyone crazy? What was the word? I forgot. I'm going to call it golf from now on. Okay. Let's see. Albert Aponte is here. He tipped me $1.30 and says, Phil, drink lots of cold water and Gatorade. Dehydration is not pretty. Oh, dude, like I said, already this morning, I drank half a carton of pineapple juice. Now I'm drinking a Crystal Light water. And then after this, I have another thermos of water. I am definitely hydrating today. You don't have to worry about the hydration. Oh, Cool Whip. That's right. Cool Whip. Yes, I enjoy a nice heaping pile of Cool Whip on my ice cream. So it's going to be Golf and Cool Whip from now on. All right. Timbo sliced at me $1.30. Says, does your house AC not work that well? When it was near 110 with dew point last month, my house never got above 72 with full-time AC working, and I have a 2-story home. Yes, see, Timbo, you came in late. Allow me to reiterate what I said at the very beginning of today's stream, okay? When these homes were built in the 1990s, they were built to very much be Pacific Northwest homes. What that means is that they were built to retain heat because they wanted people to not have to spend a lot of money on running what do they call it? A climate system, okay? Most of these homes do not have a climate system at all. There's no air conditioning installed, and the heat is very some don't have a heating system at all right? Some do. Some places just have the fireplace, but others have the full-on heat. We do have the full-on heat here, okay? But these homes were built to retain heat to save money. So once heat's in, it doesn't want to leave. That's why I tell you guys every afternoon when the sun hits my wall, even if it's cool outside, there's days when it's 60, 70 degrees outside. But if the sun is hitting my office wall, my office becomes 90 degrees because the house was built that way to be like an oven to hold heat. You see? So even with the air conditioners blasting, one in this office and one in Kat's room, okay? They're blowing cold air out of these offices into the top floor. All right. Now what happens is it hits the stairwell and it gets sucked downstairs. So downstairs gets some cool air, but the bedroom gets nothing. The bedroom literally is getting no cold air. It's the hottest room in the house right now because all the cold air coming out of these offices gets sucked down the hallway into the downstairs area. Now, luckily downstairs it's open air. Downstairs it's not a cluttered, confined room. You know, our kitchen, dining room, and living room are all open air. So it doesn't feel as bad down there. And we have several fans blowing down there as well. But we don't have any air conditioning down there. There's nowhere to put an air conditioner on the first floor because there's no windows that open. The only thing we have is the front door, the garage door, and the back door. But the back door is a giant glass sliding door. You can't install an air conditioner in that. So we have no way to have air conditioning downstairs. We have to rely on the two upstairs, and they're not doing the job. Normally they would. Normally they're enough. But this is such extreme heat, and we have humidity that we never had before. So it's just not enough to fight back the heat, you know? Like I said, last night, here I am trying to sleep, right? And it's 87 degrees in the bedroom. 87 degrees. I know because the fan that we had on in there has a thermostat installed on it. 87 degrees trying to sleep. It didn't work too well. Let's put it that way. So yeah, even though and the thing is, we're better off. We are better off than most people. DSPGaming, what the fuck are you talking about? Listen to what he just said. What kind of air conditioner do you have in the USA that requires a window? Let's see. Every single kind of air conditioner requires a window. There's literally not one air conditioner on Earth that doesn't require an exhaust to blow the hot air out. That's how air conditioning works. It pushes out cold air, but blows the hot air out of your house. Or else there's no point. What are you talking about? That's how air conditioning works. That's the premise of air conditioning. If you have an air conditioner hooked up and you don't have a duct going to a window to blow the hot air out of your house, the air conditioner literally is doing nothing. You're wasting electricity. Air convectors are not air conditioners. Air convectors are different. And by the way, they don't work like air conditioners, nor do they work as well as air conditioners. You will never find a professional place running air convectors. I know all about it because a couple years ago, my wife and I looked into this when we were getting, stuff for the house. And we looked into these air convectors. But basically, you have to constantly be pumping water into them. Most of them have a system where they recommend you have a hose hooked into it constantly because it uses so much water. Because all it does is it pumps cold water into your air. It basically evaporates cold water, pushes it into the air. So yeah, it works, but it makes everything incredibly humid. They actually say if you use the air convector, be sure you don't have anything that can be damaged by humidity. You can never use an air convector in a room with electronics because the electronics will fry. See, I know more about air convection than you even do. Yes, that's correct, Aki Smurf. An air conditioner will take in air from your room, okay, sucks it in from whatever room it's in. It blows the hot air out the duct out of your house and then blows the colder air that's been processed through its conditioning system into the home. That is absolutely correct. That's how it works. Without having the out way of blowing the hot air out, it doesn't work at all. There's no point. It doesn't do anything. Just think of this. You would have a unit. One side of it's blowing cold air and one side's blowing insanely heated air. So what's the point? You've negated the effect of the air conditioner. Why even have it plugged in? Just turn it off. D-Money 536 says, well, I'll be checking out Road 96 on Switch, a beautiful road trip discovery of exciting places and unusual people on your own personal journey to freedom. I never heard of it. So it's a road tripping game? I wonder if it's like procedurally generated or something. That sounds like an interesting premise to me. A road tripping game. Road trip simulator game. I would obviously have to hear if it's any good. Have people play it and see if it's any good. If you'd be interested in it. Okay. Hobo X says in the South they have a different kind of... Oh, listen to this. They have a different kind of air conditioning down south. What they do is they have units that are outside and they pump cold air to the inside. That is correct. In fact, out of all the homes that I live in this facility here, okay, 3 homes actually have central air. 3 people paid the $15,000 plus to have central air in their house, and that's what they have. They have they call it, what do they call it, a compressor? They have this unit. The AC compressor unit is a ginormous metal block that sits outside of the home in their backyards. And that pumps cooled air into their duct system and blows into their house to cool it down. Yes, I've seen that because people have that here. But, like I said, $15,000. Janovex Gaming said, I've never seen air conditioning with a window and a tube in Europe. Then you've never seen air conditioning. Whatever they're doing, it ain't air conditioning. That's how it works, dude. Chocoboko to me $5. So I'm not a fan of hot weather either. Where I'm working at right now isn't so hot. Usually I wear a water pack, some freezer pack vest, and a white shirt around my neck, but I don't need it today. Would you like to trade weathers? I don't know. It depends on what the weather is where you live, man. Because today's the... See, here's the thing. And this is the thing when you talk about weather in particular. It's all situational, right? Like, the reason that this is so bad... I've lived in weather like this before. In Connecticut, it's definitely been this hot and humid before. I've lived through this before. I've made content like this before. I told you, I sat on my sofa in the living room in the condo in Connecticut filming videos for YouTube in weather this hot before. Okay? The difference is that in Connecticut, they're equipped for it. They're used to it. That's something that happens every summer. Like I said, my parents had 6 air conditioners in their house. Here, no one is ready for this. Nobody is ready for this. Okay? Okay, so JadFX says in Europe they have that the external unit. Okay, see, that's different. The reason the external unit doesn't need to have air blowing out of your house is because it already is blowing hot air out of it. You see, it's outside of your house. All it does is it pushes the cold air through a duct system. The problem is my duct system doesn't work. That's what the guy said. He's looking at it. He's like, yeah, man, they did this ass backwards. He's like, your cold air would only reach your bottom floor. He's like, your entire top floor would be like a hot box. Like, basically, yeah, the bottom floor would be like, let's say I turned on an air conditioner. I want it to be 75 degrees, right? Downstairs would be 75. Upstairs would be 95. Just because what would happen is all the heat will get pushed from your bottom floor into your top floor and get stuck and have nowhere to go. So, like, so it would be a waste of money to get that kind of unit because the house isn't set up for it to work. He says they need to redo all the ducts in your house so it properly circulates the air. And that, by the way, that's called central air. That's not called air conditioning per se. That's called central air is what it's called. Ow, my neck. Oh. Oh. All right, guys. Anything else? Any other questions? Any other things you'd like to talk about before we get to the game? I just realized it's afternoon already. I was like, what the hell? I didn't realize it was so late. We were just chatting it up, and next thing you know, time flies, right? All right, anything else, guys? Any other questions? Any other concerns? Anything? Or shall we go on break so I can use the bathroom, and then we'll get started? Simple Bubble says, instead of a Vesgo, why not drink ice-filled Mio drinks and say, ah, now that's cool like me. I'll be drinking drinks regardless. Forget the Vesgo. I'll be drinking drinks regardless. Are there any game releases in July? Asked Habib Gaming. Yes, Skyward Sword, the remake of Zelda Skyward Sword. And that's about it. Like, there's literally, like, nothing else going on in July. It's very slow. Okay. Alright, guys, let's take a break. I gotta use the bathroom, alright? So grab a drink, a snack, use the restroom yourselves, do whatever you need to do. Stay cool, whatever you do. I'll be back in like 10-15 minutes tops, and we'll get started here with Mass Effect 3. Fair enough? Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Cool.